Hey guys, I just want to go over the chart for CLOV and we can hopefully make some predictions or some thoughts on what will happen next and also what we can do to make things happen in the way that we want it. There are things that we can do that will make things happen in the way we don't want it to, but definitely we do want things to trend more towards the positive. So we'll be mainly focusing from June. Since that is when the big jump happened, and we don't really need to focus too much on anything beforehand because it was pretty much trading sideways or downwards. So today is June 28th. Current time is around noon Pacific, so 3 p.m. Eastern, and current CLOV price is at 1267. I did predict last week that we would see a drop in price because the market makers had a lot of shares that they were holding, but because most of the contracts were out of the money, they can sell those shares. So that's what they did first thing Monday morning. And we will see a predictable drop because of that. Once it hits kind of its floor, people will think it's a good time to buy, so they will buy more, and things will start to trend upwards again. We see this in last week, so we'll look at the 21st, we'll see a drop, and then starting Tuesday, we saw it go up till about Thursday, and then on Friday you will always see, or almost always see, a pretty significant drop. The main reason for this is because this is the day those options are due, and for anything that is out of the money or far out of the money, they will start de-hedging their positions. So because of that, we will see a drop, and then once people start, or once the market makers start de-hedging and the price drops down, people will start closing their out of their money contracts, trying to get as much as possible. We're talking pennies on the dollar here, but they're trying to get something. So when they sell, which usually happens around here, then it will drop the price even more. And that's why Fridays are always a fight uphill for us. We always set a price target, whether it's $12 or $13 or $15, but everybody will say around here, oh great, we're gonna do it. You know, when you look at like 1470, you're thinking, oh, we can actually go to 15. But realistically, because we're fighting against the market makers and their sell-off, we ended under 13, which kind of sucked. But it is what it is. So this is what usually happens. We can look at different stocks, and let's see. Let's go to AMC, since that's one of the ones that we compare ourselves to. And we will look at the chart for them. And we are mainly going to be focusing on Friday. Let's see, this interval is a minute again, so we can see that. Oh, they won't give me the minute, so I guess we have to do the 5. All right, so Friday, I believe the target was 60. So around here, they're feeling great, right? They actually broke 60 at one point, I believe, throughout the week, or almost. So they're thinking 60 is a distinct possibility, but as soon as the 25th rolls around, which is Friday, you see that big drop. You see the apes try to push it back up, but they are fighting against the market makers and the options that they bought. So you will see a significant drop, and they close the day. I don't know what time they closed the day, but around 54. So that was a pretty big loss for them. Today, the reason why AMC saw a jump where CLOV didn't is because they actually have a decent options chain, where we do an options chain, meaning that we go into their options and we look at everything that is in the money, open interest here, strike price, and then we will see that they have a lot of options that are in the money for this week and some that are out of the money. But if we go on to next week, again, they have a decent number. The big one is going to be on the 16th because that's the monthly, And in the monthly, they have quite a lot. So their options chain is a lot stronger than ours, unfortunately, and because of that, on Mondays they can see a jump where we will see a drop because our options chain is weak and the market makers don't feel the need to buy any shares. The other stock that I want to look at is, I guess, CLOV's meme competitor, which is Wish. And Wish actually saw a jump today, this morning. Congratulations to those holding on to Wish. They did see that first initial drop in the morning from market makers selling off, but then the market makers had to buy back in because of the options chain. So the options chain for this week, we see quite a lot. For currently in the money, we are seeing 26, probably around 30,000. Now let's look at CLOV for this week. The options chain is fairly weak. We have currently maybe 3,500, less than 4,000 that are in the money. So this is what the market makers are currently buying to hedge. So they don't really need to buy a lot. If we could push it to 13, things will definitely jump up. Sorry, that's volume, open interest. But open interest 5, maybe 6, 7,000 contracts in the money, and then we will have little jumps every 50 cents. But nothing major. We don't see any open interest in the 10K plus like we do here. We see 10, 12, 14, 24, another 10 there. So this is a fairly decent options chain. I'm not exactly sure what the float is on Wish, but I'm thinking it will be fairly low for this to have that much impact. So July 2nd, which would be this week, for market makers, don't expect them to have much impact either direction. So they won't have too much of a positive impact, and they won't have too much of a negative impact for this week. So that is good news and bad news. We can look at next week. Similar, extremely low volume, extremely low open interest. So chances are we're not going to see huge impacts either way. Now the 16th, this is when we actually start seeing some open interest. We see 18, 11, another 17 here, another 24 here. Seems to be about the peak. So this volume is going to help push us up. Now, what really changes things is how much that volume helps. One thing you can see the effect of makers is the first minute of trading for the day. I did a poll, roughly about 15-20% of the people in the CLOV group will actually do trading at market open. Most people will do it during the day, starting in the morning. So 20%, let's say, is what retail buys in the morning. Then who the heck is buying and selling this much at 9:30? This is, I believe, the highest volume for the day. Yep, it is the highest volume for the day by quite a bit. We're talking 1.5 million shares. Okay, that could be a fluke. Let's look at the previous day, which was Friday. Oh, wait, no, this is the highest volume for Friday. Guess how much it was? We have 2.5 million. Okay, so 2 days. Let's see, what is it for 3 days? Oh, again, market open, was volume 11.4. So somebody was actually buying or had bought a lot of options contracts. So what happens? Market makers need to hedge, so they bought 11.4 million shares as soon as the market opened at 9:30. Now everybody is looking for that big jump, right? What kind of got everything started? See if this thing will refresh and let me show you what actually happened on the 8th and 9th. Oh, they're not showing me. Let's go back to the 5 minute. So the 8th and 9th, was when we saw it really rocket. So let's see, here's the 8th, and we see the opening volume at, let's get it, 74.1 million. So unless there were a lot of retail who decided, hey, guess what? On the 8th at market open, let's buy 74 million shares, which honestly I don't think happened. Most of us here at CLOV didn't realize CLOV really existed until this day. So what did happen? Somebody bought a lot of options. Somebody, some group of people, or a lot of apes. And that's what skyrocketed the price. And then we see FOMO hit that day and more people bought options. And then another volume of about 13, 14 million. And this is when we kind of saw the peaky peak. The tip top around $26, $27. So if you want to see this kind of price action, it is done through market making, through market makers and options. Otherwise, we will see similar to the past, where it's up and down, up and down. Because more people are interested, we are trending upwards. I do think we will continue to trend upwards, but we are talking about 50 cent to $1 gains a week, which really is not going to cut it, because one bad week will drop us back down. This is what we saw with AMC, and this is what could continue with CLOV. All right, thanks guys. Have a good one.